I'm sorry, this is part two. My camera cut off. so, so this masculine energy, okay, male or female, doesn't matter, it's just energy here. They knew what was going on with their partner in America, but they kept it quiet. They didn't say anything. They were waiting to see how long it would take for their partner to tell them the truth here, what was going on, tell them the truth. Um, and then right before they got picked to come to America, that's when this person, um, you know, the partner in the home country, you know, told them that they knew that they were partying and stuff like that, or there's something was going on, and they kept saying no, 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 nothing's going on, nothing's wrong, da 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 da. But then when this person found out they were pregnant, they had no choice but to tell this their their partner that they were pregnant by somebody else. And they were really praying and hoping here that they were praying and hoping here that their husband or their partner, okay, was going to accept this pregnancy by another man because they were pregnant. So it's a female here. Yeah, okay, it's a female. Sorry, guys, it's a female. They got pregnant. Yeah, so the female here that got literally pregnant, they were praying. They're praying that their husband, because they have a really good heart, they're very forgiving and loyal. They were praying that they would forgive them and accept them back pregnant, even from someone else. That's crazy. Not only did you cheat, and now you expect the person to raise the child, your husband to raise a child from another man after you cheated and everything. I don't know, man. No judgments, but I don't know, it's just crazy, that's all. It's crazy, but everything happens for a reason. And this person, it seemed like they were young, okay? So the judgment, it's a little bit off. And they were also naive, very naive. This person had no experience being around partying people. They didn't know how to run the streets. They weren't, you know, in that kind of life ever. They were very sheltered. So they were very naive, okay? Yeah. So it's like they were devastated. The partner that was still home was devastated, hurt, angry, very angry because they put so much money into their partner to come to the United States, right? And I mean thousands and thousands of dollars they put into this thing for this person. And man, poor guy, dude. That's so sad. How could you? I'm kidding. That's just so sad. It's a sad situation. I understand. It's a really big. You know, it's a really big distance, and then this person's very naive. Um, but like I said, it was meant to happen. It was meant to be like this for a reason. Okay, there was lessons that had to be learned between both parties here. Um, you know, this one was very naive. This one jumped into a relationship way too soon with someone way too young. This person, if they got married young, the male here, the masculine here energy, whatever. If they got married young, it was like they were very mature at their age. They grew up very, very early in life. They were very independent early, very mature, hardworking. They know how to deal in the streets. They're a survivor. They know how to survive. Okay, and they have too much knowledge. This person, they're very smart. Um, and then they want this naive person here who doesn't know absolutely anything because everything was always given to them. Because it was like this person came from living at home, a child here. Um, Way too young to be involved with anybody that serious so soon. They didn't experience anything in life at all yet. They never been out. They never had any friends to go out with. So there's a reason for everything. So no judgments here. Um, it is what it is. It's for a reason. Okay. Um, so anyway, this person was really brokenhearted. They were really pissed off because of all the money that they did put into this person coming here. But this person does regret what they did. They were very sorry. They are very sorry what they did. They know they messed up really bad. They know what they lost here was everything. And it was a huge tower. A huge, huge tower. I mean, that shit exploded to ash. It was really bad, man. Painful, painful ending. Very painful. For this person, especially. Okay? Now, the person that this one chose here, oh boy. They they're not ambitious. They're very lazy. They're nothing like what they had here. But that's their karma for, you know, going with them, married in a commitment here. Okay, that was their karma, I guess. Well, they have to learn lessons with this person. Okay, there's a lot of lessons to be taught here from this young person at the time. Okay, and that's what it was. So now this one ended up having to come to America. They finally got called to come to America. They were extremely mad. They thought they were going to find their partner somewhere and fight with them, you know, fight with them because of everything that happened. But this person was very afraid of them. So when this person heard this one was coming to America, their ex partner was coming to America, they were on the run. They were afraid that this person was gonna kill somebody from the rage that they had over the phone. But this one healed. Okay, They healed from the situation here. They moved on. They forgave. They forgave. And moved on. This one still in resentment. Hates who they ended up pregnant with. Hates the person they were with. They didn't even love the person that they were with. It was just somebody to pass time with. But now they got stuck with them, pregnant, and then they ended up staying with them for many years and had more children. And they're in a relationship that doesn't have give and take. They still have resentment here. The person that they're with is still, they're a womanizer. But it looks like they come from the same culture as this person because these two have very different cultures here. They might come from the same country, but they believe in different things. And this person ended up being with somebody of the same belief system here as them. But they're lazy. This woman who got pregnant, she has to work really hard to provide for everybody in her family. Now, the son that got left behind, they were living with a family member of the woman that cheated, and they were very money hungry. This sister here was the same woman who raised this this woman here who cheated. The same woman raised their young child. Okay. Now, this person got very greedy. They were getting free money from the government for this child because it looks like that country gives money to families with young children. It seems like. like an allowance or something that they give in this country if you have children. That's what it looks like. Anyway, I don't know much about it, but it was something like that. They got really greedy. Now, the aunt, it was an aunt to this person. It seemed like an aunt, a family member, okay? Got very greedy here with that money. Plus, they were asking money from, because now they're both parents to this child are separated and divorced, or just separated if they weren't married, okay? They, she, or the feminine energy, but yeah, because she had kids, but she's in a masculine energy. It's a woman in a masculine energy, and their husband that took care of this couple's child. They got very greedy with money here, asking both parents for child support, saying that one parent wasn't giving any child support because they knew that they weren't communicating. So she was going to get double the money every month from both parties here. And she was for many years because these two parties never talk. But the the sister here that has multiple children, she can't give much because she already has several children that she has to take care of. But the father to this child was giving every month, pretty much, and a good amount. Meanwhile, this aunt here, okay, they were spending all that child support money plus the government money on themselves. They were buying new cars, a lot of new material here, very materialistic. They were investing in that money for themselves and their own family, not for this child here. This child, they did have nice clothing, they were well dressed and fed and everything, but they weren't giving that money or making an account for this child at all with that money. Um, this That's sad, man. These parents were like send money for birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that, and this greedy woman would, get them whatever, with a little bit of the money, but the rest of the money they would pocket it. So they were taking all that money for themselves and not putting it into the child here, not giving it to the child like the parents wanted. Because the parents would give just for child support, and then on special occasions or whatever, or they would give the money, they would send the money like through that Western thing for out of the country thing, whatever you call it. And because it was still a child, they weren't old enough to get the money from, that that thing, that Western Union or whatever thing that you go and get money when you're in a different country. I can't remember the name right now. You know what I'm talking about. I got brain fart. Anyway, yeah, so this auntie here was taking that money and investing in it for themselves and not giving and only giving very little of it to their child here. A lot of lies and yeah. A lot of lies. Like this person is a very bad person. Very bad. Very negative energy. Very greedy. Um so this boy suffered the most. Now they don't have either parents here. They're dealing with an aunt that's very controlling, makes this child codependent so that they don't go anywhere, so they can keep getting money. This child grows up into an adult now, right? And anytime this child would talk to the parents, the aunt would be in the room to make sure that this child wouldn't speak of them or say anything um, about the money that they were taking from them. So they would always listen to all their phone conversations. This boy, well, I've seen the boy on the car. Doesn't have to be a boy; it could be a girl. But but it feels like a masculine energy though. But this child, anyway, never had any privacy when it came to phone calls. Their whole life was controlled. They didn't have a good life, like a normal life, like a normal life that a child would have with friends and everything. They were too much. They were very controlling. They didn't allow this child to go out and have a good time and be a child like that. They were always on, they were very on top of this child, even as an adult. And they made sure they were very codependent on them. So they never wanted this kid to grow up and leave the home, as long as they were getting money. So they're trying to hold on to this kid as long as they could, for the money. Everything was for the money. And then the intuition here from the parent, the father of this child, kicked in, and they were very suspicious because when they spoke to the child, whatever they wanted the child to have, they didn't get it, and so that's when this person's intuition kicked in and was like, "Wait a minute, you know, yeah, it's not a good thing here." They just knew intuitively that this aunt was not giving the child the money that was being sent. Yeah. So anyway, so both parties here that were married, okay, they went through a new beginning. This one went through a new beginning here with a karmic, her new karmic boyfriend that she cheated with, and this one here went a new beginning with other relationship here that didn't go so well either. They went through a lot of bad relationships because they weren't learning the lesson for the first time, so they kept going. They kept going through the same situations like they did with the ex, over with different people, because they weren't learning, they weren't loving themselves, they weren't slowing down because they were lonely here. They wanted they wanted somebody, they wanted a partner, to share life with, but they couldn't find the right one, so they kept jumping into karmics instead of healing, everything from the first partner that they didn't heal exactly yet from, and they were jumping in with other relationships here too quickly, and not learning what they were supposed to learn. So their karma was like to lose a lot of money with different relationships they were in, not having stability, um, suffering a lot. There's a lot of suffering here, but a lot of lessons were learned. Okay, a lot of lessons were learned. What else? What happened to the boy or the girl? I don't know why I said boy. It could be. I don't know. If I said it like that, it probably is a boy then. But it could be a girl, like I said, in masculine energy. Yeah, so they were trying to make this child pretty much stupid, like not to know anything. But this child is they're smart, they're intuitive, they know what's going on. They play stupid so that they can get things from their aunt here. They know how to play the aunt a little bit, but the problem here was that this child was really suffering. They're not a child anymore, they're grown, but they were suffering a lot, and they started hanging around with bad crowds of people once they hit the age where they were able to do for themselves. When they got older, I can see they had a lot of problems in school here. They were going with a lot of karmic friends, trying like drugs, marijuana. I've seen a lot of smoke, so they're smoking marijuana here, or even cigarettes and drinking heavy, and basically it's like they're seeking for their place in life. This kid does not want to be living this kind of life. They do want to work. They are ambitious to do things with themselves. They like nice things. But both parents are worried for this child here because they are there. And they're not a child anymore. They're in their 20s now, early 20s. Between they're between like 20 and 23. Okay, so they're a grown man. Maybe not mentally because this aunt was making them very codependent, but hey, so this child is healing. They're healing. They might be going to like a rehab or something because oh, they're going to a rehab because their family no longer wants them anymore. They tried getting rid of them because they're no longer getting money. Once the parent found out, both parents found out that this child wasn't getting the money at all, but the aunt was using that money for their own materialistic things like new cars and buying things for themselves and not the child. They stopped giving the money because this child was old enough to get a job and work, and the aunt didn't like that because they have all these materials that they bought and they can't afford without that child support. So I guess they thought that it was going to be a never-ending child support for the rest of their lives. Whatever. So greedy. And this is an old woman too, very old, greedy old woman, miserable. Oh, nasty energy, man. Let's see. She has like diabetes or something. This woman, she's very sick with things, and mentally also, and it affects her brain, whatever her sickness is. Yeah, and like, so now that this child grew up so many years with this aunt here and their family, um, but the family is very small here. Okay, there's very small family. Um, this aunt had, I guess, somebody in their family, I don't know if it was a brother or what, that don't even talk to them. One of them, I think, passed away. One of them's a criminal or something. So one of them's a criminal. I don't know. So, um, so this boy, they're hurting. They're not showing that they're hurting this boy here in the car. I'm saying boy because of masculine energy. I'm sorry. This masculine energy. This kid. Okay. Um, they're they're in the middle of stuck between all this. This sister here and the aunt, like this kid's mother and aunt are fighting. Okay, they're fighting. The aunt threw this kid out. Okay, so now this kid's mother, you know, calls her ex-husband's brother to come sort out this problem for them to go stay with them. But because of this kid is having so many issues um, with their addiction of smoking marijuana and heavy drinking and going out with karmic friends late at night. This uncle is very, very worried on this kid coming home so late because they live in an area that's not good. It's not safe environment. There's a lot of drug dealers where they live and violence. It's just not safe, okay? They're struggling. It's just too much of a struggle. They have to move for some reason. So now they have to put this this boy now this couple's kid has to go back to their aunt, but their aunt doesn't want them back because there's no money coming in. It's a lot of big fight. So they ended up I guess they ended up getting dropped off back to the aunt because this person has to move. This uncle has to move because of this addiction problem. It caused a problem where they lived. Okay, it caused issues where they live. This drug problem that this kid has, or marijuana problem, whatever. So they have to move. So while this person is looking for an apartment, they ask for this boy at least to stay with this aunt until they find an apartment. And this boy just feels like they're not part of this family anymore. They're really heartbroken, although they don't show it. But how they're showing it is by doing these karmic, low vibrational things. They're expressing themselves by smoking a lot, drinking a lot. They do feel like that nobody loves them. They feel like this family doesn't love them. Um, they feel like they were just used for money. And here's the kid looking outside, where they thought was a loving home, is no longer. And that's really sad. How do you do that to somebody? Gosh, a kid that you raised since they were a child, you're gonna kick them out in the cold, put them out in the cold? I mean, I don't understand people like this. These are really bad people. I don't care. It's something else. How do you do that? Unbelievable. You raise this kid like your own son, and then you want to throw them out because of money? Oh man, no love. I'm telling you. Oh, what else? So, all right. So now this father figure here to this child, okay? They found their soulmate. They prayed and prayed and manifested for their soulmate. They got their soulmate that they prayed for really hard. They prayed really hard for this person. And this person is, they believe in the same things, but they're different. They're very different, either with, they come from different countries but speak the same language, or they're different colored skin, but they have the same beliefs and speak the same language, or they're different. Maybe they speak different languages. I don't know. There's something different about them, but at the same time, the differences doesn't matter because it's like they still believe in the same things, and they may speak the same language. Okay, that's what I'm getting. They may look different, but have maybe the same culture or come with the same belief system, like something like that. You know what I mean? But their appearances are very different. That's what I mean to say. Okay? What else now? What's going on? The rest of the story. So this person's at peace. They never had this peace before. It's like a real serenity here. This relationship that they have is so different from any other relationship they've ever had. But you gotta remember, this person is still healing from things that Um, and spirit is showing them what they need to heal, because sometimes this person will bring up exes or bring up past things because they're pretty much exposing what they need to heal to you. Okay. Well, they're exposing what they need to heal. I hope this makes sense, because I'm just like reading as I'm going along with spirit here with this message. And I know this is not going to be for everybody, because not everybody comes from a different country. But today, that's what the energy is. I don't know, this morning anyway. Yeah, so this person that came into this man's life was their son, and they ended up with a star seed here, like an empress star seed. This is this, and they're an emperor, so this is the emperor's empress, really. Yeah, she brings the sun into this emperor's life because he was in darkness for a very long time. Ooh, oh my goodness. Okay, okay, okay. All right, these two parts wanted to come out. As you can see, they're faced up, if you can see. Okay. So they're very happy here. They have this longing beginning and all this big beginning going on, whatever, okay? Now, this man's ex, okay? And the aunt heard that this man, this guy here, this ex-husband of this woman from the child, right? The child's father. Okay, the aunt that's raising this child found out that this man is married with children or a child, and she got very jealous and mad because they're not going to get the same amount of money that they were getting, if any at all, and they knew that soon they're going to be cut off. So they were angry and jealous of that. So this one goes and exposes that to the ex-wife, saying, well, your ex-husband is no longer giving me child support. Now you're going to have to give me something because now they're married with a child. And, they're gossiping about the aunt and the sister, before their arguments, before the fight here. It was like they were discussing, this ex's relationship and with the new woman and child. So, you know, they're both angry. Well, the aunt here is angry. The ex-wife to this person, they weren't they were shocked because they didn't think that this person, this ex, was gonna end up married ever again. But it caused an awakening in this person. It caused a huge awakening in this ex-wife here, where she does not have another chance because in her mind she thought maybe in the future, and she might have been manifesting. I'm seeing that the manifesting cards there might have been manifesting for a new beginning with the ex-husband someday, somehow. But no, because she already has children with somebody else, it'll never happen. Because obviously the ex-husband wants nothing to do with a cheater who has several children from the person she cheated with. It's not going to work out. It's not meant to be. That's all. But it was a reality check for this person that it'll never be. And they were kind of hurt and sad about it, and then they started searching on Facebook or social media this ex-wife and saw something there that they didn't want to see. And what they saw was the person that they chose was completely different from them. Completely different by appearance, even some by race, or everything was different. But between this ex-wife and this new woman that the ex-husband chose to marry, and they're very jealous